Hi guys, today is just going to be a quick little tutorial on the attachments I have to do binding. So this is what the binding come out as. I still have to clean up the random threads, but it come out really nice on both sides. I've already got it set. So this can be moved adjustingly. You won't see that in the video because it's already just set. I've got it all set up perfectly. But if you want to see how it's used, stay tuned. So these are all the feet parts that we need to install. I'll be doing this off camera, but you've got your walking foot back part and then the front part of the walking foot. And then these two bits, this bit and the next bit, go underneath, and then they all perfectly feed in for the walking foot to do its thing. So I just thought I'd show you. I have to do a voiceover because I tend to have to concentrate. So you just kind of push it underneath the things, and then you literally just sew. So you'll notice I didn't backstitch at the start because we're going to go all the way around. And then as you get to the thicker parts, you'll notice that I sometimes have to hand crank because it does, you can see me here pulling because there's a lot of layers of thicker vinyl there. And it didn't really want to go through. It just kind of stays on the spot. Won't break a needle, but it has its moments. So sometimes I have to hand crank it just to get it to go over those sections. It's usually never more than 5 stitches to make it go past, and then we just reorganize the bag. Because this is a cylinder arm, I am sewing it with the gusset side face down, which is opposite to what I would have done on the green machine. But yeah, so again, another heavy bit here. So we crank it so I can pull with one hand while I'm slowly going over it, and then it zooms past again. You can see at the back there is an orange disc that holds my binding, and it twists. It's like quite loose and spins so that it can just continuously feed it into the machine here. I've also got the bag open because it's easier to maneuver around when it's open rather than when it's closed. So if you are planning on using that, that would be my top tip. Slowly and open the bag. Another thick part here. So these are the side seams. I also did trim all of the seam allowance down for this. Because it is thicker, it wouldn't have got the whole way across the seam allowance if I didn't. So I've trimmed it down to about, I don't know, about a quarter or 3/8, just so that it can get all the way around the stitching so it won't be seen. If I had have left all the excess on, it would have been too thick and you would see the other stitching as well. I'm also trimming off any threads because they're harder to get rid of once the binding's already on. So now that I'm back to the start, I'm going to chop this off here, chop the binding off, and then I will just sew straight over the other bit. So I do have a little bit of overlap, and then you can either back stitch, or I sometimes like to just kind of pull it out and then go back and top stitch a second time. So these are the last few finishing stitches, and then I'm going to pull it out and trim off my excess threads, which I'm doing now. And as you can see, it looks beautiful on both sides. Thanks for watching.